Welcome to Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse. Your Health Today is presented by Modexus, a natural health and opportunity company connecting people, products, and prosperity, and by the Medicine Man's Corner, home of the Medicine Man, Dr. Charlie Rouse. And now, here's the host of Your Health Today, Chris Hall.
All right, welcome to Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse. I'm Chris Hall, your host, and it's good to have you with us today. And, of course, it's always good to have Dr. Charlie Rouse joining us from Albany, Georgia, at the home base there at the Medicine Man's Corner, 2416 Dawson Road in Albany, Georgia. You guys from different parts of the country, if you ever come our way, and if you're traveling through perhaps South Georgia, headed to Florida maybe for a few days off, or you're kind of rambling around a little bit and you've heard of Dr. Rouse, then I would encourage you to, drive over a little bit to Albany, Georgia, and pop into the Medicine Man's Corner. It's a beautiful store, a lot of good information there, a lot of good products that will really bless you and help you. And usually, somewhere around on the premises is the man himself, Dr. Charlie Rouse. So, Dr. Rouse, you'd love to see visitors from around the country come and visit with you. And it's good to have you on our program today. How you doing today?
Hey, Chris, always a pleasure. And, people really ought to think about driving into Georgia right now because the peaches are in full spectrum. And they said because of the rain we had and the nice cold winter that was in the past, that this Georgia peach this year is going to be sure enough sweet and good.
Yeah, man, we love our peaches, and peaches do have health benefits for us, as anything that God produces out of His wonderful world. And a lot of people will peel the peach. And then they'll do something to it, add something to it or whatever. I've been known to just take a peach, skin and all, and eat it like an apple. Now, is that good, bad, or indifferent? Am I doing okay with that?
Oh, that's better than good. And the truth is the fiber that's in the skin, the pulp is just rich, lycopene rich and antioxidant rich. And it's an amazing fruit. The nutritional quality of a peach is going to lower your cholesterol and even balance some of your blood sugars and keep everything good. So, yeah, enjoy that peach. Go for it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's get into our program today, and we have some things we certainly want to talk about. And one of the issues that is always there, especially for men, and especially as men grow older, is the issues that men have with the prostate. And some men skate by through life and have very little problems dealing with prostate issues. But for some men, as you get older, as the time passes by, the prostate begins to be an issue for them. And sometimes, of course, men have to really be checked closely for things like prostate cancer, enlarged prostates, and things like that. So let's talk a little bit about prostate health for men. And I know that you have been a champion of this for a long time with natural things that can address these issues when it comes to men's health. So share a little bit with us about that good information about how we can stay strong and fit and healthy as men, especially when it comes to our prostates.
That's a good question to ask, Chris. 25 years ago, when I was formulating a lot of new products then, right at the top of the list for the product development was a prostate support. And the Medicine Man, it must have taken me months to research each and every ingredient and find out what perspective to put it in. And we've been very, very, very successful with the prostate support. People say, well, how do you know whether you got a prostate issue or not? And this little boy was with his mother the other day at one of the local stores, and he needed to go to the restroom. He needed to wee-wee. And she said, all right, but you go right in there and you come right out. You don't dilly-dally around, because I'm going to wait for you right here by the door. About 5 or 10 minutes later, he comes out, and she's starting to get a little bit livid and even concerned. And he said, "It took you that long?" And he said, "No, ma'am." He said, "There were only 2 urinals, and 2 older men were there. And one said he couldn't get it started, and the other said he couldn't get it stopped." And that's usually a prostate issue. Other men say they know they have a prostate issue when they have to get up 3 or 4 times during the night on a regular cycle and make a urine trip. And sometimes people do have pain, but most times it's just asymptomatic, and they go to the doctor and they get surprised. Now they can draw your blood, look at the blood from a vial, and one of the numbers is a prostate-specific antigen. It's part of the immune system. And if that PSA is fighting off inflammation or bacteria, or in the worst case, cancer, then the PSA is going to rise significantly. And then generally when they have a PSA high or enough, they may do another blood test called a Gleason test, which is more dynamic and gets to the point. Or in certain cases, they may do a biopsy where they can actually go in and take pieces of the prostate tissue. But it's a gland that never quits growing. And, in some cases, it grows faster in others than it does in some. And so some never have the first bit of trouble, and then I'd say 90% of the men are going to have prostate issues. And so you start young. When you're 40 years of age, you better start with a good nutrition that's prostate specific. We call our product Prostate Support. Yes, we use that Florida berry called the saw palmetto berry. Yes, we use beta sitosterol. Yes, we use the zinc. Yes, we got it figured out in the right perspective. And we've even had people that came in with elevated PSAs because of inflammation or for whatever reason. Give them a good prostate support and watch the PSA number comes down. So that alone tells them that it's working. And you gentlemen, I do highly recommend that you do some nutritional, because we're in a world we eat a lot of red meat, and that's going to cause a lot of prostate issues.
So very important. And also, these kind of products that you talk about, people always are very cost conscious about, well, is this going to cost me a lot of money? Is this going to be a big outlay from my medical budget and things like that? But something like you're talking about is very minimal in cost, and it's very effective. And once a person gets on that course and that regimen of taking this, it takes a while maybe to get into their system, but it is very effective, and you have test results for that, right?
Absolutely. And the cost factor is probably less than 1/2 of a cup of coffee. The cost of 1/2 of, whatever a cup of coffee is, half of that is less than that for a good monthly routine on nutrition. And
very good.
A prostate is something you want to look after.
Yes, and of course, men are really encouraged to have regular prostate examinations and things like that, and that's a very good thing to do. We do want to remind everyone, of course, one of our great sponsors of our program, Your Health Today, is Modexus. Dr. Rouse has been involved with this wonderful company and has developed some great products for this company. And it's products for the company, but yet far beyond that, it's the products for everyone's good health, especially in these days as we come out of the pandemic situation. People are very much more health conscious now than they have been perhaps ever in their life for themselves and for their families. And Dr. Rouse, longevity, but by Modexus, you have formulated that. I have heard you talk about this product, a tremendous product a tremendous amount of money went into the research for all of the elements that went into that goes into this product. And just remind us once again about a longevity by Modexus and all the benefits that are there from this particular product. And it's for everyone. It's not a specific for like men or women, but it is for everyone. And I've heard some personal testimonies from people of how specifically longevity has really made a difference in their life and in the life of their loved ones in varied ways, dealing with various different issues. So talk a little bit about, once again, longevity presented by Modexus and what this product does for people.
Hey, Modexus is an international company, and I was very fortunate. I'm a pharmacist that majors in natural medicine, and that company was looking for formulators. And because I had already formulated over 50 different products, they were keenly aware of who I was and had heard me lecture numerous times. But they wanted to know if I would put my expertise in their behalf and to try to formulate what they were asking for was the world's best nutritional product. And they had access to a purple berry called Lana Sera from the greater Northwest. And up there, it grows in a climate that's conducive, but the berry is super berry powerful. And if somebody ever would like to just look up more about Modexus and their super berry, Power of Purple, that's a good name for their website, powerofpurple.info, I-N-F-O, powerofpurple.info. And there they are, a world-class international company. They're in Europe, they're in South Africa, they're in Southeast Asia, Canada, America, South America, they're everywhere. And yep, Dr. Charlie was able to take their berry and build upon it. And Lana Sera Longevity, Chris, in my professional pharmacological pharmacy natural medicine opinion, is the one nutrition that if I personally had to eliminate all other nutritions, that would be the one nutrition I would pick above each and every other. There's a lot of good nutrition on the market, but Lana Sera Longevity is truly the anti-aging formula of the century, and it has things that are definitely needed to fend off the elements that are trying to knock us down. You know, as a preacher, people may ask you sometimes, you got a book that's got 66 different books in it, and if you were to be stranded on an island alone for days or weeks, months, or year, is there any one book out of the 66 books that you would rather have for yourself? Now, me personally, I would choose the book of Romans. That would just be rich, and that could keep me spiritually alive for the eternity of time. And in natural medicine, when it comes to taking out all these different quality super nutrition supplements, Dr. Charlie would say, okay, doctor, you give me one, leave it, Lana Sera Longevity. So that their product speaks highly of what they did. Yes, I'm a professional. They hired me as a product research council founder, but out of the 10 ingredients in that one product, Chris, 6 of them are trademark patented products. In other words, things that came out of millions of dollars of research. I'm talking about each ingredient had millions of dollars of research behind it. And we were able to follow the research trail, pick up their active ingredients, and move it into their formula, Lana Sera Longevity, milligram for milligram. And in some cases, we even were able to, with clear research, elevate, especially in the glutathione factory, elevate the milligrams that you get on a daily basis. So way to go, Modexus, powerofpurple.info.
Yeah, great. And, of course, I'm a simple guy. And what I know about Lonacera Longevity is the fact that it builds up your immune system. It's like building up that defense to keep things out of your life that you don't want to have in your life. And it's effective for men, women, boys, and girls, and tremendous product. And again, Dr. Rouse, as Dr. Rouse has said, if you want to know more information about longevity and by Modexus, you can go to powerofpurple.info. And there you'll find information sheets, not only about longevity, but about other products as well, Lift, Tranquility. These products are products that have been formulated, and they are today, in a natural way, they're absolutely essential to helping us to stay strong and fit and to fend off all of these things in our environment that want to get in to cause us harm. And so it's powerpurple.info. You'll find information about all of these products there, and information sheets. And you can even order the products there at that website, powerpurple.info. Now, if you have want more information from Dr. Rouse, want to talk to him about this or anything else that might be on your mind, you can give Dr. Rouse a call. Believe it or not, you can call the man himself, 229-436-0100. That's 229-436-0100. Or you can send Dr. Rouse an email at Dr. Rouse, and spell out Dr. Rouse at att.net. Also, you can go online for all of our podcasts are found in one place, yourhealthtodaypodcast.com. And there you'll find all of our podcasts, recent podcasts from the past year, and a lot of good information there. And you'll find contact information as well. Well, Dr. Rouse, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment, and we'll talk about some more things having to do with our good health on Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse.
Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse. We'll be right back.
The beautiful world we live in is also a toxic world. Today, more than ever, people are dealing with increased fatigue, the effects of stress, weaker immune systems, and the fear of new and dangerous health threats that can potentially affect all of us, including those we love. The importance of staying healthy and building up and supporting our immune system and the immune systems of those we love is something that's on all of our minds. This is why it's so exciting to introduce a world-class immune system support breakthrough in an exciting, new, and easy-to-use product called Lonacera Longevity by Modexus. Lonacera Longevity's science-backed formula is an all-in-one comprehensive approach to enhancing the immune system, featuring one of nature's brightest stars, the Lonacera Caerulea superberry. To help cleanse your body of toxins, Lonacera Longevity delivers powerful antioxidants, iridoids, C3Gs, and a first-to-the-market dual-form glutathione. Longevity also supplies key minerals and immune-building components like zinc, selenium, vitamin D3, and much more. Lonacera Longevity by Modexus is truly the breakthrough immune support formulation of our time. Go now to powerofpurple.info and get your free download of the Longevity Smart Sheet. And better yet, why not get started on your optimal health journey by ordering Longevity today? Visit now the website powerofpurple.info. That's powerofpurple.info. Start your Modexus experience today. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Welcome back to Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse.
All right, we're back today with Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse. And Dr. Rouse, let's talk a little bit about weight management. Now, I think, through the pandemic, with people not perhaps being as active as they have been in the past, and, just the environment of being sequestered in their homes and just the change that people had to go through during the recent months of what we've been going through in our country. I think probably, and I don't have any research to back this up, but I think probably across the board, Americans probably are weighing heavier now than perhaps we've ever done so. And people are conscious of this, and people are aware of this, and they know you don't need to be too heavy, and they know that you don't need to have all of that weight on you. And there's all kind of complications that come from being overweight, be you men or women or whatever it might be. So let's talk a little bit about weight management. And if somebody wants to lose weight but they're having a little problem doing that, their metabolism doesn't fire like it used to fire, and they find it really difficult at times to exercise as they need to exercise, and it's just harder to get the weight off. And it seems like when you eat something, it goes and it stays on you. Let's talk a little bit about weight management, weight support, and what God has provided out of His wonderful world of creation to help us to lose weight. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Hey, Chris, it's amazing that the coronavirus stagnated people's lives for over 1.5 years. I mean, it really did. Slowly made interchange and business relationships and family relationships stagnate. And the average person, 20 pounds. Can you believe that? And
yeah, I can believe it.
20 pounds has a major effect on blood sugars, like in diabetes, and blood pressure, blood cholesterol, like in high cholesterol with triglycerides, and obviously belly fat, midsection, hard to get rid of because it backs up into the liver. So what are we going to do? And today I was visiting my eye doctor. And of course, he had a lot of questions for me as the medicine man, as Dr. Rouse, the natural man. And we got into an interchange of, hey, this vitamin is good for this, and this supplement is good for that. And we were bragging on him having lost 20 pounds. And that made his blood pressure literally go from sky high down to normal. And he was taking a prescription drug called losartan, and today he has to take no prescription drug. And so Dr. Charlie, asking him the next question was, well, how did you do it? Did you have to run 10 miles every day? Did you change your diet every day? Did you take a supplement every day? Things like that. And the bottom line is just what we already know. It's simple, it's basic. And I think if we called it a weight out type of diet, anything that comes to us on our plate that's got the color white, we better limit it in moderation, because white bread, pasta, white rice, white baked potato, white sugar, the biscuit, those are the creatures that elevate 20 pounds. So maybe we could all come together and say, okay, I'm going to white out my diet the best I can. A while ago, I had we were busy here at the Medicine Man today, and nobody got time to go eat lunch, so we catered in from the Chinese restaurant, and we got a plate full of vegetables, but then they gave us a bucket full of white rice. And I had just said to myself, I'm going to get a whiteout diet. So you know what, Chris? In moderation, I only ate 1 spoonful. We're talking about a bucket full of rice, and I only ate 1 spoonful. That would have no negative effects on me. So sometimes it's just changing. Here's the nutrition that I want to talk about for just a minute. 20 years ago, I was working with some what we call morbid obesity. These people were 100, 200, 300 pounds overweight, and they were desperate. And what I wanted to give them a sip that would be beneficial and do them no harm. I did not want to give them any stimulants, none. I did not want to give them anything that would make their blood pressure or their pulse rate worse, none. And so when I formulated it, I had a friend who was a physician who did work with morbid obesity, and with his help, I was able to come up with a formula that I call Rejuvenator. And it has been a blessing, because here's what it is. When you get serious about weight loss, then you're going to give it your best. And for some people, it may be a pound a week, 2 pounds a week, 3 pounds a week, I don't know. Whatever your body's going to let loose of, you'll do it 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds a week. You know, that's a normal, sensible weight loss routine. But when people put Rejuvenator with their best effort, we were able to results. So that gave me encouragement. And Chris, we have sold thousands of bottles of Rejuvenator. And
good.
When I look at it, $44 a bottle, $44 a bottle. That's just over $1 a day. That's probably the actual cost of a coffee at some of these through coffee shops today. And that one nutrition, Rejuvenator, has absolutely benefited everybody who took it, because even when they were trying to lose weight, immediately, being on their blood test, blood sugars go down, blood pressure go down, blood cholesterol, liver enzymes go down. And I said, you know what? If these people just get healthier, it's worth it to me. Rejuvenate them.
And you know, a couple of things just to point out. You talk about maybe a pound a week or 2 pounds a week. You really have to be patient when you're trying to lose weight. It's not good to lose 15 pounds in a week or something like that. You don't want to shoot for that. You want it to come off in a good, healthy way. Also, it's kind of good, and I know this from personal experience, not only to watch what you're eating, but also to have a plan for exercise, to be physically active. Sometimes we're so sedentary, we sit and watch, and we sit and work, and we sit and do. It really is good to have a plan when you're trying to lose weight. Not only am I going to eat better, eat healthier, take these nutritions and this nutrition you've talked about, but also I want to be active. So, I know you and Miss Janice have a regular routine of walking and exercising. So what do you do, and what would you recommend as far as exercise is concerned to combine this with the Rejuvenator and watching what we're eating? It's good also to exercise, to move, and especially the older you get, the more you need to move. So talk a little bit about that.
Get up and go. Hey, what I'm about to tell you will put you in the top 99 percentile. Top 99 percentile of everybody in the world market that's into exercise. And you know what? If you go down there to your gym and look through the glass window, those folks in there are they're huffing and puffing. But what I'm about to tell you, if you'll do it, will put you in the top 99%. That means that 99% of the people below you do not get this amount of exercise. And here it is. Believe what I'm going to tell you. 3 days out of the week. 3 days out of the week. So that leaves 4 days that you're not doing it. But if you will, 3 days out of the week, walk away from your house 15 minutes out, 15 minutes back, 3 days a week, you're in the top 99 percentile.
Wow. And anybody can do that, right?
That is cardiovascular friendly. So do it, and you'll never regret it.
And, to take a good walk with your wife, with your spouse, with your children, out in the neighborhood, maybe early in the morning when it's cooler or late in the evening when it's cooler, that's not only good for your physical health, but it's also good for your relationships as well. And you can just enjoy the world. Be sure to carry along a stick maybe to fend off the neighborhood dogs, right? But it's a good thing to do.
Well, actually, if you've got a dog, you're probably doing more walking than that.
That's true. That's true. All right, Dr. Rouse, let's close our program. Let's touch on one thing that I had a question from someone recently, and they said, hey, next time you talk to Dr. Rouse, kind of ask him about this if you don't mind, and I told him I would. And it was they all of a sudden now have issue with cholesterol. Been to the doctor, had the blood test, and the doctor says, we've got something going on here that we really need to pay attention to, and that is cholesterol. And they're, a little older individual, and never had this problem before, but blood work reveals an issue with cholesterol. So cholesterol support, I know you guys, you sell a ton of cholesterol support to help people in a natural way. Talk a little bit about that, if you will.
That is true. Years ago, Chris, I wrote a book that was product-specific, condition-specific nutrition. And what that means is that you name the medical condition. Chris just did. The cholesterol. It's an issue. And did you know that God has created in his marvelous creation something for every medical condition? I'm a student of God's creation. And I look at medical conditions, find out what the underlying root cause is, and then study the world of natural medicine, finding all the molecular configurations that God put in the fruit or the vegetable, bring it into the arena and watch the result, as long as it does no harm. And so 25 years ago, I formulated prostate support, like we talked about earlier in the show. And at the same time, I formulated a product called cholesterol support. And you know what we did? What we did, Chris, we borrowed from the beehive, the wax of a beehive. It's called polycosanol. That's a wax that comes out of a beehive. And we take the beehive wax, put it in a capsule, and when you swallow it down the goozle, it goes into the blood, and it grabs up all the VLDL and the LDL, the bad guys, but it elevates the HDL, the good guys. So you say, how can they do that? Only God can do that.
Yeah.
And God did it. And we borrowed from God's creation. And God says in Psalm 104, he says, the herb is for the service of man. So we better be looking to God's creation, to the flowers and the leaves and the trees and the roots. But who would have ever guessed that in the beehive, God had planted what you needed to lower cholesterol?
How about that? It's amazing. We used to say on our radio program that God is the great physician, and he has put on the shelf of his creation what we need to stay strong, fit, and healthy. And we certainly believe that. Well, Dr. Rouse, good program today. I know you're busy. I hear all of the clatter going on at the Medicine Man's Corner today. People love you. They love your products. They come in and you visit with them, and it's a great place to go and great place to hang out. And so we appreciate you taking a moment, joining us today on Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse. And we appreciate you being with us, and we'll join you again soon, okay?
Thank you for joining us for our program today. Your Health Today is a presentation of Modexus, a natural health and opportunity company connecting people, products, and prosperity. To download free product smart sheets and to order your Modexus experience, visit powerofpurple.info. That's powerofpurple.info. Your Health Today is presented by the Medicine Man's Corner, home of Dr. Charlie Rouse. The Medicine Man. You can visit The Medicine Man's Corner at themedicineman.com and on Facebook at The Medicine Man Corner. Your Health Today podcast can be found at yourhealthtodaypodcast.com. Join us again next time for Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse.